You know, a few days ago, I was sitting in my lair, and I was just thinking about how the city of Final Fantasy is shutting down next year. I don't know why I just started thinking about this, but it just made me think about like other games that have been around longer than it, and like what'll happen to those once those ones shut down. Because eventually, every Gacha game that's out is gonna shut down. The question is, will they get an offline version? Especially if they've been around for a little bit of time. So that's what we're going to discuss in this video, since it's been on my mind for a couple days. I still don't know why, but it just has. So we're gonna go over a few and wonder if they're gonna get an offline version. Some should, but you never know, because I'm willing to bet a lot of people thought Opera Omnia would get an offline version, but haha, we're not getting one. So let's take a peek at some of these and let's talk. So the first one, oh, whoops. All right, so the first one is a Dokkan Battle. I thought I clicked the official website, but apparently I didn't. So Dokkan has been around for a very long time. If you haven't known, it's been around since 2016 or something. I don't remember when it officially came up, but I want to say 2016. So it's been around for a long time. It's done a lot of things, has a lot of downloads, and I don't see this shutting down anytime soon, because Dragon Ball is a very popular franchise everywhere. So they can just keep on making stuff up as they go. I mean, hell, there's literally, if you've never seen Dragon Ball, there's, how do I explain this? So Dokkan's thing, let me explain kind of what stuff is, and I can go into the example. So Dokkan has a rarity system of characters. So you have normal, rare, super rare, super rare, UR, which, ultra rare, which you usually have to awaken an SSR character to an ultra rare. And then we have legendary rare, which is like the highest rarity in the game as of now. They may add something else beyond it, but I don't know what they would do. And then you have a thing called Easy A's, which stand for Extreme Z Awakening, which just, at the moment, only LRs and URs can Easy A. They might make it to where like other stuff can, but at the moment it's only those two, and only a select few have this. So, in the world of Dragon Ball, there is, actually, let me just pull this up, because this is a really weird thing that they did. I hope, okay, perfect, okay, alright. So, you're probably wondering, if you've never seen Dokkan, what does, why did it send it to the home screen? Alright, I don't know why it did that, but okay. So, on the JP version of Dokkan, because there's two versions of Dokkan. There's the global and JP version. They're supposed to sync up soon, but we don't know when. So in Dokkan, they have an LR of Trunks and Broly. Now, if you've never seen Dragon Ball, I want you to know these two characters have never interacted like as a team before. They never have in the anime, the movies, all that stuff. Technically speaking, Broly wasn't even canon until Superhero. Whoa. I mean, Broly, the latest movie, oh my god. Yeah, Broly wasn't canon until Superhero. And I remember when Broly beat Cell Max. But yeah, so Broly wasn't canon in there until Super Broly. The movie that came out a few years ago made him and Gogeta canon, because before, both those characters weren't canon until that movie, but now they're canon. So, these two characters, like I said, never interacted. It's probably because of the story mode in Dokkan, but let's be real here. Who, when they play Dokkan, who reads the story? No one. You just skip so you can link level and all that other good stuff. So, that was a very long-winded tangent, but basically what I'm saying is, Dragon Ball can basically keep on making these what-if characters and make this game thrive for years. Even, I don't have Legends pulled up, and even Dragon Ball Legends, because they also just released a what-if character of Goku and Bardock. If you don't know, Bardock is Goku's father and Raditz's father. They never met. Technically, they quote-unquote met in Super, but that's manga stuff, and we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, so I think Dokkan will be fine whenever the game shuts down. I imagine we'll do an offline version because I imagine it's not that like expensive to keep the servers running. So they should do an offline version, because if they don't, then oh man, there's gonna be a lot of people annoyed, mad about that one, me included. But I mean, to be honest, even if like they don't do an offline version, since this game has been around for so long, I'm willing to bet that there is someone like archiving all of this stuff, and like if they shut it down, the fans will make a their own version of Dokkan, like kind of like how we have people, the Brave Frontier Recoder team making Brave Frontier again, people who are remaking Blazing, which I didn't know about until like a few days ago, and people who are also like remaking Tokyo Ghoul Re. So if Dokkan does shut down and they don't make an offline version, the fans will do it themselves, I imagine, because this game is very popular, and a lot of people have invested a lot of money and stuff in it. So yeah, I imagine this game will be fun, but I mean, obviously time will tell. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. So let's move on to the next game I have on here, Unison League. Now, if you were around the channel a while back, you would know that I used to do skits on this, which is a very interesting time in my life. I no longer do those. I no longer do skits on those, as you can tell, because I've just been doing like technically video game coverage and stuff, and not skits. But yeah, this game is around for a very long time. Around, I think it just celebrated its 8th anniversary, so 8 years. I don't feel like doing the math. So the question is, when this game shuts down, will it get an offline version? And honestly, I don't know, since it's a MMO. So I don't know if like other MMOs, like when they shut down, if they get an offline. Since it was, well, I just had a brain fart. Huh? Wow. Maybe that's why the city isn't getting an offline version, because you connect with other people, and if they made it offline, that would be kind of hard to do. But at the same time, though, Sword Art Online did that, and that was like a thing to where you can connect with people to do other stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. It's an MMO. I don't know if MMOs get offline versions. It should, so that way people can experience all the stuff that comes along with Unison League, because Unison League can be fun. It's just like if you don't play it a lot. And that's with like a lot of things. Like a lot of games out there are fun, but like if you play it constantly, then you'll just get tired of it. I know that's happened to me many of times. I made videos being like, hey guys, I'm gonna take a break because I've been playing this game a lot and making content on it is bad, so I take breaks on it. So I'm not sure if this one will. It should. Like all the games I'm gonna mention should get an offline version, but for Unison League, I'm like 50-50. I can see it getting one, but then at the same time, I can see them not doing it because of like the multiplayer stuff, the licensing, because this game has a lot of collabs. It still does. So I don't know how that will work if like they shut it down, and like would they have to remove like the collab characters from the servers if that happens, or what? So with this one, I don't know. The other ones, I'm like, I can say yeah or no, but with Unison League, it's hard to say yes or no. But I guess we'll have to wait and see whenever it shuts down, which I don't think it'll be anytime soon. Could be wrong though. I hope this video doesn't age with all the videos about, with all the games we're gonna talk about. That'd be awful if like all the games I talk about in like a few months are like, you know what? Hey, we're shutting down all of these. But yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is One Piece Treasure Cruise, which, I mean, you shouldn't be surprised about this one. So this game is also made by Bandai Namco, as Dokkan is. So this one, I don't know. I don't know if this one will get an offline. It should, once again, but I don't know. If we want to be honest, the story mode of this game is offline because we haven't got nothing in years. But yeah, this game has also been around for a really long time, and yeah, this one is interesting since once again it should get an offline version if it ever shuts down, which I imagine it will. We just don't know when, but it will shut down eventually. I'm contradicting myself so hard. It'll shut down eventually, and it should get an offline version. Especially since this one doesn't have like collabs or anything, so there's not like anything they have to clear. Like with an offline version. Actually, hold on. This game did get a collab back in the day. It got a Dragon Ball collab, but it wasn't like there weren't any characters you could like use. You just fought Frieza, and that was it. And they never brought it back. So I imagine this one would be a green light to get an offline when it shuts down. But this is Bandai Namco, so they might just be like, "Look, listen, I know this game has been around for 7 years or 8 years or however long it's been, but no, we're not gonna continue to make this offline. We're gonna make Sword Art Online offline, but you know, One Piece, phooey. Dokkan, no, you sucks to suck. You should have played it while the game was around. So yeah, it should, but honestly, I wouldn't hold your breath because even Thousand Storm, the JP version of the game, is shutting down next year, and that's not getting an offline version. It's just getting shut down like nothing, and that one's been around for a long time too. So I don't know. I hope it does. Even though I'm not playing Treasure Cruise right now, I might replay it again soon. But yeah, this game should get an offline version, so that way people can replay this game whenever they please. And those are my thoughts. Let's move on to the next 3 games that I have left. So Fire Emblem Heroes is a very interesting game. It's ran by Nintendo, and it's been around for a really long time. And the only reason why I mentioned it's ran by Nintendo is because there's another Nintendo game that shut down a few years back and didn't get an offline version. Dragalia Lost, which still sucks. Dragalia Lost was a really good mobile game. It was a good game, and it was around for a long time, and it shut down. And there was no offline version. No, sorry, there was for a little bit until Nintendo was like, "Yeah, nah, we're gonna fully shut this one down." And it still hurts. I hope there's people out there who are trying to, make the game from scratch. Wink, wink, whoever you are. And so Fire Emblem is a very popular franchise. It's a franchise that I enjoy too. Shout out Roy. He's one of my favorite Smash characters. So this game has also been around for a really long time. Like I said, a lot of these games are. Does it save when this came out? No, I think it came like in 2016 or something. So this one should get an offline whenever it shuts down, but it's made by Nintendo, so it's a 50-50. They wouldn't have to like clear anything because this game doesn't do collabs. So it's not a case of like Unison League to where it's like if it's shut down, like will they have to clear like collab characters or stuff on people's accounts. It's just one of those things if Nintendo would want to keep the servers offline once you shut down. Once again, 50-50, they could or they couldn't. It just depends. Though, like I said, I don't see this shutting down anytime soon because, like, Fire Emblem is very popular, like I said. Their games sell really good. And kind of like Dokkan, to where they can kind of just, like, do what-if characters. Or, like, not what-ifs, but, like, have characters with different costumes. Since currently in Fire Emblem Heroes, we have... Let me scroll up. What is this gonna show me? Can I? Okay. At the moment, we have like Christmas characters, and in Fire Emblem games, they don't do like Christmas characters and stuff. They just do like the regular character. You might be able to get a costume of the character, but they've never. So let me not say that because I have not played every single Fire Emblem, so I can't say. But the ones I played, they don't do that, and Nintendo is doing this so that they can keep on like making different variants of characters. Like I'm willing to bet. Today's the 21st. I don't know why I'm dating this because I don't know when this video is going to come out. But I'm willing to bet by New Year's we'll have like, I don't know, New Year's Byleth or something. Since Nintendo really loves, or not Nintendo, Fire Emblem really loves Byleth. Which, I mean, can I blame them though? Because Fire Emblem Heroes, or Three Houses, it's a really good game. If you never played it, and also, whatever house Bernadette is in is the best house. I don't remember what house it was, but that one, the best house. And yeah, I don't see this one. I don't see this one shutting down. Not sure about an offline version. It would be easier to do since everything is PvE instead of PvP, which PvE stands for player versus enemy, and PvP stands for player versus player. So they don't have to worry about that either with this. So basically, it would just be a game that you can just play offline until whenever, basically until you get bored. Though I do wonder how they would handle stamina, since this game has stamina in it. So I don't know how they would handle that, unless they just didn't have stamina anymore. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens whenever this one shuts down. Hopefully it's not soon, because I do like Fire Emblem a lot. And yeah. Next game, Fate Grand Order. Once again, I don't see this shutting down anytime soon, but you never know. And this game has been around for also a really long time. And the question is, with all these, when this game shuts down, will it get an offline version? And honestly, there's no reason for it to not get one, since, like Fire Emblem, this game is also just player PvE. There's no PvP, there's none of that, there's no online or anything. You just basically, you load up the game, you summon for characters that you never get, because the rates on this game are really low. And you just do story or the events or whatever. Really simple game. Really simple. So it definitely makes sense for it to get an offline version. This one is... What's this one by again? I did not know that y'all had a Twitter. That's crazy. Isn't it ran by Aniplex? Okay, cool. Thanks for not letting me know. But it's ran by something that I think this is the first game that they're running, so we can't look back at their track record, because with some you can, like I did with Dokkan and Treasure Cruise, since we know like their movements, their ways of operations. But with this one, it's hard to say, since it's like their first time publishing something, so it's hard to say what they're gonna think whenever they decide to shut this game down. But once again, I don't see it shutting down anytime soon. Fate is a really popular series. This game, like, makes a lot of money a month. So this game shouldn't shut down anytime soon, unless like they run out of material, but I don't think they ever will. Fate has like 20 different series is not a word, different series. So I don't think it won't shut down anytime soon. And if not, they'll cook up something. They'll figure it out some way, somehow. So yeah, no, whenever this does shut down though, definitely just give it an offline version, and just take away the ability to buy gems and all that stuff. And yeah, moving on to the final thing on this list, Puzzles and Dragons, which unironically, as I was making this video, I just found out the GP version is getting the Demon Slayer collab again, which I can't wait for that to come out to the West, because I have a stone saved up. So Puzzles and Dragons has been around for a really long time too. Been around for 11 years. Very popular. This game just loves getting collabs. Like, this thing gets collabs of the wazoo. Like, this game had a collab with like a lot of stuff that Doesn't really make sense, but whatever, it's fine. When this game does unironically shut down, because it's gonna have to eventually, definitely should get an offline version. This game has been around for a really long time, and maybe that would like set an example for other developers to be like, man, you know, Puzzles and Dragons was around for like 12 years or 20 or however long this game will be around. Maybe we too should also just like let the people who play this game and get us here be able to play the game offline. You know, once we decide to close the service or something. Since I still don't understand why people like companies don't do that. Like, let the people who brought you up to this level of being able to make this amount of money still play the game once you decide to close the servers. Actually, hold on. I don't know. I'm just thinking about like all the collabs it did. So it's kind of like in the same spot as like Unison League and stuff, to where it's like this game has done a lot of collabs, and I don't know how licensing works with like games that are shutting down if they want to keep it offline. Like, do they have to pay out like the people who made it, or do they like have to get rid of like all of the stuff that's in the game? Since that would be a lot, and a lot of players who probably spent money on that would probably not be the most happy. Since it's like, cool, I can play this offline, but I don't care about these characters. I cared about my collab characters. So that's a predicament about that one. If anyone knows like how licensing in games work, definitely let me know. But yeah, since I don't know. But yeah, whenever this game does shut down, it should get an offline version, as long as they don't have to pay out or like remove all of the collab characters in the game, because that would it would be bad. So yeah, that'll do it for this one. Do you agree with my thoughts on the games that should when the game shut down, if they should get an offline version? Are there any other ones that you can think of that should also do that? And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.